are back live in effect. Why does I feel like I'm like,
And
hey,
we're back.
hey, instead of me being like, hey, y'all. I guess maybe
Oh
because I'm in
yeah,
a
you
hotel. You
always
know what I
say
mean?
that.
I feel like
Hey
hey,
y'all,
y'all.
Miss Southern Belle.
Yeah, so we are back, ready to tackle on. So I feel like there's so much to unpack.
It's been a minute, like
It
a
has
month.
been a minute. We were on a little roll for a second, and then
We
um,
had our mid-season finale.
we
That was our mid-season break.
that was our mid-season finale. Thank you for
Shout out to
waiting.
Power.
Shout out to Power. Speaking of Power, though, like, what did you think about that?
Girl, I don't know what to think. I don't know Power anymore.
I don't either. I feel the same way. I feel like everyone's lazy as fuck.
These writers have switched it up on us.
I feel like I struggle because I feel like a few of my shows that I've really enjoyed all of the seasons, they've been hit shows like Game of Thrones, Power, what's another show I've been watching? I don't know. Game of Thrones in particular, and every season has just been immaculate. It's been wanting you leaving more. It's gotten better and better some kind of way, because at some point you're like, oh my God, how can it get better? And the last season, it took 2 years for them to, put this season together, and it was just trash. It was like, okay, what were these writers thinking? Like, and then I feel the same thing with Power. And then I had asked myself too, I'm like, well, maybe, is it just that maybe the show should have ended like sooner? Do you know what I mean? Like when
Yeah, I
you
feel like that's a
try,
curse.
yeah, when
That's
you
a curse
try
with
to
really
do,
good shows. Like
yeah,
the
like,
last seasons always suck.
yeah, because it's like we've already reached that peak. So it's like to try to get over that to make it like this the thun. Is it us that's being let down because we've let ourselves down and the writers are just like trying to give us what we want, but we really don't want more because it's not we're gonna be let down.
I don't know why it always seems to play out like that. I don't know, maybe like the writers don't stay on these shows for 6 years. So it's like the writers that were in the thick of it, like season 2 and 3, like maybe they're not on the final season. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I know Courtney Kemp, she doesn't write every episode.
Oh,
Like
she doesn't.
no, she's like the
Okay.
creator. Like it was her concept, but she has like a whole writers table, like a whole writers team.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they like switch some things up. It definitely is all over the place because that last episode, Ghost didn't even seem like himself. I was
Right.
like, who is this guy?
He wasn't
So
himself. Like he wasn't outside of the character. I feel like he's just over the bullshit too. He's just like he has had no can I just say this? He has had no sex scenes still and it's driving
it's
me insane.
weird.
Like he just is just ghost. Like it's
And I don't
weird.
believe there's no chemistry between him and Ramona. It's like, what
Thank
are y'all
you.
doing?
Thank you. It's so awkward. It's very awkward because like especially when he had Angie and she was like, yeah, whatever. He was just like, she's not you, but I mean, I've been dying, to be with her. And I'm thinking like, what? I never even knew that. I never got an inkling this whole season that you've been into her. Like, we know she's into you, but I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird on-screen chemistry, and I don't believe it. And I just really want the show to end at this point because it's really letting me down.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
It's
We'll see
becoming
how I feel
very
about
off.
it.
It's already been unrealistic, but it's becoming really just in like La La Land to me.
Yeah. Who do you think shot? I mean, do you think someone shot Ghost or is
I
he
have two
dead or what do you
theories.
think?
So I have two theories. My first theory is, okay, did he get shot? Right? So like
Right?
we heard a gunshot go off, but then again, he's been having all of these hallucinations. He's been seeing all these
Exactly.
visions. Like, maybe he saw himself outside of himself falling, before it happened. Then my second theory is if he was in fact shot, I don't think he's dead. But then again, I didn't think Angie was going to die in the last season, and they decided to move on from her. But I don't think he's dead, and I think that it was probably, if I had to say, if anyone shot him, it would be,
Harry.
I would say Sax.
Wow, you're the first person that I've heard say that.
I don't know why.
Out of all the predictions I've
I don't even
seen.
know if I believe that. I don't even know if I really believe that Sax did it. I just feel like, I don't know, from like I don't know, girl. I
Well,
honestly
it
don't
does seem
know.
like Tariq, okay. The whole episode, it seems like they was setting up the whole plot for Tariq to kind of turn against his dad, because it was like Ghost gave him that little story of like how he took out his friend and killed his friend when he was
Right.
younger. And it's kind of like Tariq came to Ghost and replayed out that whole story, like gave him Ghost a final chance. Like, you really want me to turn myself in? Like, you're really not going to do what you said you were going to do for me? And
Right.
Ghost is like, no, son. He walks away, whatever. So I don't know. It made it seem like Tariq never left the club. And
Right.
so quite possibly Tariq could have shot him, and Tariq was walking away from the club in that little
True.
clip.
True.
That's one scenario I heard. And the other one is that he's hallucinating.
Yep.
And then the other one is that Paz did it, Angela's sister.
It's a good theory.
A lot of
It's
people.
just, I don't know what, I think if in my mind, for me to get the feeling that I need to feel like, damn, I can't believe, I would say Tasha. Like, for me to get the feeling of like, damn, really? Like, damn.
Yeah.
Because Tariq is too easy, because I feel like he's been wanting Ghost Scott. Tommy, obviously, but no. Sax, everybody, but so like, if for me to get that like boom effect that I feel like I'm missing, it would have to be, I need Tasha to have pulled the trigger for Ghost in that scene.
That would be so savage. I mean, I just don't see her doing that.
I don't either.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
I don't either. But
I didn't think she'd kill Keisha, so.
Girl, that's a whole, yeah. I still can't believe that. So we'll see, like, what, 5 more episodes beginning January. So
Yeah. We'll see.
We will see.
I'm praying this doesn't get ruined.
One thing I've been eager to talk to you about, because I know we've talked about this in the past, is the Jason Mitchell interview with the Breakfast Club. Did you get a chance to see that?
I saw some of it. I saw, important pieces, I guess.
I'm curious to know your thoughts on it, because we've talked about this on the show, but based on what you heard him come out and say, what are your thoughts?
It was interesting. It was funny. Just because it's like uncomfortable. He seemed like he came like with a list of shit that he had already planned to like say.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is just like, I have way more questions than answers with everything, because nobody, and this is my major issue with this, like, nobody has clearly said what these allegations are. Like,
thank you.
What the fuck happened? Like, nobody's talking about it. All we know is they hung out one night. Nobody's saying like if he touched her, grabbed her, raped her. He says he doesn't even know technically what he was charged with or what the allegations were. And I'm like, come on. You just were dismissed and you don't even know what the allegations were? That don't even sound...
That sounds fishy as fuck, because let me tell you why. And I agree with you, because here's the thing. With HR, and you and I, we have a background in HR. I don't care who, why, what, when, how. HR can only protect confidentiality up to a certain like point. Like, if there was this insane instance that happened at my job, right? And someone had come to me with information, I can't then say, if they come to me, hey, if I tell you something, can you promise and swear that nobody will ever find out? Nobody's going to know that. I can't say, yes, I can 100% guarantee that nobody's going to, nobody else is going to be brought in, or whatever the case may be. I can guarantee that I can keep this as protected as possible, but depending on the severity of the extent of whatever it is you're about to tell me, I may have to pull certain people in to get more sides. But I don't believe that nobody knows nothing. Like, I personally believe that he just didn't want to say what he was. I feel like he didn't really want to get into it. about it, what was going on. I personally believe that they did come to him. Now, whether it's happened or whatever the case is, he's wrong or right or indifferent, we don't know because we're only hearing bits and pieces. But I personally believe that he does know what he was allegedly being accused of doing. He just doesn't
Of
want to
course.
discuss and go into it.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I feel that's what I got from the interview, because I'm thinking like, you know absolutely nothing. Like you've been fired from all these places. You've been, all these great, reputations of all these things and projects that you've been working on, you've been dropped. And you have no idea necessarily exactly why. Like, I don't know. I just felt like he didn't really want to get into it.
I think it's odd that none of them have. Like, nobody has really just said what it is. And that's just weird to me.
Yeah. And they
I don't know.
probably
Makes me
signed
think it
something,
goes
though.
deeper. Yeah, they could have signed something.
They could have signed, absolutely could have signed something to keep this very confidential, keep it very private, and keep it, whatever. And I think for his image right now, in his mind, whoever's been advising him has been told him, you know what, let's just stick with this story. Let's just keep it very blanket, plain. Okay, instead of doing what a lot of people do. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't talk about it. It's currently being, it's under wraps. My attorneys are dealing with it. I can't really say a lot. I think that they decided to go the route, just act like you don't really even know. Just tell them your side of the story and what happened. And then from there, try to move on and talk about what you're doing to be better, So I just thought it was real weird, I guess is what I'm saying. Before I heard him speak, I was like, okay, what's going on? Now that I've heard him speak, I'm thinking like, nigga. So it's interesting. I'll say that.
The whole thing's strange.
It is strange.
It just pisses me off because, like, I already know I'm probably not going to like next season. So
yeah,
I'm just like, y'all should have just canceled that show. It's just too much going on too quickly. It's only been 2 seasons and it's all this drama. The whole cast has changed. Like, it's too much.
And then I feel like, too, with that being said, it's going to have to be a lot of closures happening this season. Like, what happened to Jason Mitchell? What happened to the Tiffany, his girlfriend, because she's not on the show anymore? What happened to, what's the brother's name that's not going to be on there because of the transgender thing? Reggie.
I'm hoping that's a rumor.
Hopefully, but if not.
Shout out to him. I just saw him the past weekend at Complex Con in LA.
Oh, shout out. Hey, Reggie.
He was so nice.
Oh,
he was super dope. We were like, my cousin was so shocked because she doesn't like live in LA, but she just was out here and she's just like, I was like, oh, that's Reggie from the show. She's like, no, it's not. And then I looked over and she was just screamed. She's like, oh, Reggie. And so he looked back and like kind of like embarrassed, but like laughed. And then his entourage just like looked at us and waved, and we just looked and waved. I was like, okay, at least he's down to earth and didn't
Yeah. But he probably enjoyed that. I mean, because he's still,
Yeah, he's not uber famous. But
yeah.
If you're a fan of The Chi, you'll really like his character. I do. His character is like comic relief a little bit, but still brings like that hood essence that you need. So,
yes. The bad image. It's like your devil's advocate side. They're playing against each other. It's like, okay, he's definitely not the star-studded brother, but then they show all these soft sides of him, and you're like, oh, I see he's trying, but he's still an asshole. And I liked Reggie's character. But yeah, I feel like they're gonna have to explain a lot of finality within this new season if all these key characters are no longer gonna be on it. So I agree. I agree.
I played out with Little Rel and who else? Lala and Candy.
Right? Candy. Yep. So
I just can't imagine what she would be doing on that show. But
girl, ain't no telling, girl. Ain't no freaking telling. But
speaking of Candy, did you watch the Atlanta Housewives?
I did. I did. I'm excited to watch it tonight. I'm gonna have to watch it on my phone since we're in the Cayman, and I don't think we have Bravo down here. So the season premiere, I thought that it was interesting that Nene wasn't on there for the first episode. Not that
that says a lot.
Yeah, didn't it? I was like, where Nene? I know she's got a peach and everything, but so
She's so iffy.
She is, and she's still Lanithia Leak. She's still one of my favorites, though. I love Nene. Like,
yeah, she always gonna bring the drama or
she's
whatever.
always gonna bring the drama. Kenya, I've got to continue to watch the show, but I am glad that she's back to bring that, because Kenya can hold her own. Listen, she can go toe to toe with Nene and not think twice about it. Her storyline, I don't know. I'm curious to know how that unfolds, as we've learned about that in the media here recently with the whole divorce and all that kind of stuff. And but yeah, I mean,
Well, it
overall,
seems like their drama is with the whole. It looks like they're setting up the whole drama with Eva and now
Kenya, Eva and Kenya, yeah, right,
since the
yeah.
little
Mm-hmm.
party that she had, and
Mm-hmm.
Eva didn't bring her kids, but she
Eva
went.
didn't bring her kid because she was afraid that there could be some drama, which isn't too far off
Eva's so
from
full of shit. I'm
from an
sorry.
assumption. Well, I'm just saying, like, I mean,
I
I
like
could.
Eva, but she's full of shit.
She is,
Stop
and
it.
she is, and yeah, I don't know.
You
I
know
think,
damn well wasn't no damn drama about to happen at that kid's costume party.
girl, I thought it was funny. Did you catch the glimpse of her and her husband when they had that scene where they were at dinner or lunch and they were talking about, she was like, so what kind of house are you wanting? And he was like,
Yeah, we don't
he
need
was like,
this
I just don't want
make-believe
something too
scenario.
big. Yeah, it was just like, girl, like, we know from last season y'all was having issues with the
Y'all
house
renting. It's
stuff.
okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, if you're still renting or whatever the case is, like, it's fine. We really don't care about all that.
She's full of it. That's why I don't really care for Eva. Like, I liked Eva when I heard she was going to be on the show because I've been a fan, like America's Next Top Model, whatever. But how she handles herself on the show, I don't care for her because she doesn't like have a backbone. Like, she will throw the shade and then act like, oh, what are you talking about? I didn't say anything. I didn't
Yeah.
mean anything like that. Or she plays dumb. Like, she doesn't really show
She
who
doesn't
she
own
really
her
is.
shit. Like, if
Yeah,
you're
she
gonna
don't really
own
show who she
that,
really
own
is.
it. Like, own your bad bitchness. Just don't apologize for it. Just say, I said it, and this is why, and be done with it. Um,
And her and
Cynthia,
Portia clearly are
Portia,
still
girl,
beefing right now.
that was interesting because, we've learned about that whole incident in the media, but we didn't really know how deep it was. And to see it kind of play out on the show, clearly that's like real raw emotion. So she was deeply hurt by her fiance, I guess, finding out he had, an affair or cheated on her while she was pregnant.
You saw my girl Tasha K?
So Marlon was like, wasn't she the one that Whitney you guys interviewed for that? I was like, yes. I was like, that was her. He was like, dang, y'all could have been. I was like, well, we decided we didn't want that kind of
Lord.
attention. But yes, I saw Tasha K on there, girl. For those that don't remember, we had an interview with Tasha K. Whitney had some real good tea from when she had went out to Vegas.
No, I didn't. I didn't do anything with Tasha K. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying she wanted to. She wanted to, and shut that down. Shut that all the way down. But yeah, so I don't know. This season I'm curious to know how it's gonna unfold. Real talk. But it is interesting to see all these damn babies though. Like, what the fuck?
I know. It's beautiful though, because I know they all wanted babies so bad. So
yeah, it is a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's just like, oh gosh, all these babies. Candy, shout out to Candy. She's having a baby, another baby, all these babies.
Yep, surrogacy.
Babies on babies on babies. So I don't know. We'll see. More to come.
Girl, definitely. It's coming on tonight, so
Yes.
can't wait.
Yes.
All right, so moving on to some more hot topics. I've been waiting to talk about this.
I could almost bet I know what you're about to say, but go ahead.
Do you?
T.I.?
Yes, girl. Top of my list. He's at the very tip top of the list. So right. T.I., y'all, is catching some controversy. T.I., as well as two female podcast hosts. One of them's Miguel's girlfriend?
Yeah, Miguel, Nazanin, and Nadine or something. Girls Like Us
Yeah.
podcast was the name of
Yeah, they
it.
have like some ladies women's podcast, and
Yeah.
Ti was a guest on there. And in the midst of all this, they start asking him questions about his daughters and if he had the sex talk. And Ti goes into detail and says that he has not only had the sex talk with his daughters, but he takes his oldest daughter, Deja, who is now 18 years old. He has annual visits to the gynecologist where he checks to see if his daughter's hymen is still intact. And he has her sign off on the paper so that he can view her medical records. And, he was just going on and on. It was like really disturbing. The podcast hosts were just like laughing, thinking it was like cute. And, Ti was just being very possessive and just how he is. He's just a misogynist to me. So I don't know. He's catching a lot of backlash for it, and so are the podcast hosts. They've already apologized for their reactions. They said that they were caught off guard. Um, I don't know. Personally, it just freaked me. It was just weirded me out. It's a bit creepy. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I agree. It's all wrong. It's just all wrong. There's no way to slice it, dice it, flip it, and make it smell great. What I truly feel is that as far as the podcast and the ladies of the podcast, I feel like they really, I can understand the reaction, meaning if Ti were to have come on our show and said that, I probably would have been like, I wouldn't have been laughing like they were, like hyenas, but I mean, I probably would have been like, like, are you crazy? It would be like, what? So I can get with them on the initial shock of like, what's going on? But they really missed that opportunity to kind of like talk more about it instead of letting him just talk about it. And first of all, there's nothing that I want to learn from Ti about a woman's body. Okay, like I will never be interested in hearing from Ti about his opinion and how he views the women's diaphragm, uterus, any of it. That's just not what I want to come to Ti and learn about, right? So therefore, I don't know, I just feel like the girls really missed that opportunity to kind of have a conversation about it. And then as far as Ti and his situation, parent how you parent, whatever. But there does come a day where one, she's grown, and two, as parents and me being a parent, there's a fear there that exists, I feel like, with Ti, that basically he's saying, but not saying, that, the way in which that I parent, or the things that I have passed on to my kids to hopefully be able to make informed decisions about their own bodies or their own choices, I have not done a very good job, right? Because I clearly don't trust my daughter to make great decisions based on conversations that I, as the superior dad that I apparently feel like I am, because I still need to go with her to her doctor visits. I don't go to my son's doctor visits, or maybe he does, but one of his sons I think is having sex. And I just feel like, the message that he's trying to feed us is bullshit. Because if you really were interested in like partnering alongside your daughter and really caring about her well-being, and like, I support you in whatever decision that you make, right, wrong, or indifferent, there wouldn't be this control factor. And that's all that I feel like this is just control for him. And it's sick, it's twisted. I can only imagine how she feels, as now a true woman. And now that the world is opened up, like, that's got to be hella uncomfortable to now, probably how she has already been feeling. Now she probably really feels like, okay, I really don't want my dad going, but how am I going to have this conversation with him? And then a question that I would ask you, Whitney, is like, okay, if he goes to the doctor with her and let's say her hymen is not intact, then what? Then what? Like, what? Then what? Like, I don't know. It just is all just so fucked up. And I think the message that he's trying to convey is just not, it's just bullshit. It's not something where I feel like, and for those that have actually come out and said, oh, I get it, he's just trying to be a dad and he's just trying to be involved, that's bullshit. I don't even want my mom I know he's not going in the room, but I'm saying I don't even want my mom that involved with my hymen. Like, I just don't. Like, what I choose to share with you is what I choose to share with you. but I don't need you all up and through my business, I guess is what I'm saying, for the actual appointments after a certain age. That's just me.
Yeah, it's just all disturbing, ridiculous. He's just a self-centered, egotistical type of person. I loved Ti so much more before he was ever like on social media, and I ever heard
Him,
his thoughts and opinions and shit. And this is just beyond violation. Like, besides the fact of you even attempting to control and possess your daughter, because you already said some disturbing comments during that podcast, like, give me my results and all this stuff. Like, those aren't your results. Those are your daughter's results of her body. Okay. And we've all seen your son on your show. And this is what people are really outlashed about, because there's an episode of Family Hustle, and on the show, his 15-year-old son, at the beach, he basically admits to being sexually active. Like, he had already had sex. He's 15 or 14. And, Tiny doesn't really say much. Ti doesn't really say much. He just like laughs it off or whatever. It's not a big deal. And this woman is 18 years old. Yes, she's a young woman. And it's like, you don't even care, but you don't care about your 14-year-old out there slanging penis, like, to other 14-year-olds. So you don't care about what he does to other young girls his age, but you care about your daughter. That's karma. And a lot of times you're trying to like protect your daughter so hard because you know the karma that you got coming your way because of how you did girls her age when you were her age, and it's just like, I don't know. It's a lot of controlling situations going on over there. And I don't know who Deja's mom is. I know it's not Tiny, but I'm hoping her mom kind of steps in, because this is just like inappropriate. And the fact to even like share that information to the public, like, do you know how many weirdos there are out there who want to find a virginized 18-year-old, and you're broadcasting that for the whole world? And you don't think there's going to be creeps now more aggressively going after your daughter? Like, you got to think that was just inappropriate.
it's inappropriate. And again, I think too also is like, I'm within this story, it's just so many different hidden codes and messages for me. And another message that I was trying to decode is like this thing that you just brought up with the son having sex, and his fear of his daughter even just the thought of having sex. Oh my god, her hymen, I'm not realizing that her hymen can be broke in so many different ways other than sex. That's a whole nother conversation. And so to your point, it's like, what are we teaching our kids? That we're teaching our kids the same thing, like, boys, just go out here and start slanging your dick and having this one, this one, this one. And then with our women, it's like, no, you need to be loyal. You need to, you need to wrap it up. You need to not do it at all. You need to not enjoy it. You need to just be a complete virgin until da da da. And it's like, no, first of all, sex is sex. Sex feels great depending on what it will. It's meant to feel great eventually. It's gonna happen at one point. This is gonna happen for her. I mean, hopefully. I just feel like it should be conversations. It should be conversations about preparing you to make the best informed decisions for yourself if you are at the point when you decide, okay, this is the time that I'm ready, that I feel like I'm ready. That is your role as a parent, not to control the when, the why, and the how, but to mold them and to give them the resources and the tools to be able to make those informed decisions, because that's what is happening. It's going to happen. There are plenty of women out here that are sexually active. There's plenty of guys that are sexually active, and on the opposite side, there's not. But I feel like the message that he's trying to, I feel like he's not the only guy in this world, which we know that feels like this. And it's like this two different stereotypes where women, we just are. That's why you have a lot of women that grow up confused. I know I have some friends that are very, very shameful about sex because of how it was looked at in their household. So now one of my friends who's married, she's like, I don't know what to do. She's like, I don't even know if I've had an orgasm. Like, my husband is very, I'm very just closed off because we didn't talk about it at the house. Like, it was just this thing. But with my brother, it was like, oh, well, it was just a different kind of conversation. But it's fucked her up as an adult. She's in her 30s and she's got these thoughts from what was put into her mind from her parents or in the household about, you see what I'm saying? Like, how that can like mess you up when you're an adult and you're ready to have this, there's things that just can manifest and come out in other ways. And I think we just have to be mindful as people who have little people to protect. That's really what I want to say. Because I can talk about this all day, every day. And I just think it's fucked up that it has to be a non-negotiable. And it's fear that if you, Deja, when you do it, like, you need to be afraid. Like, you need to be very afraid. Like, that's why I need to come with you to these appointments, because I need to make sure that this is not happening, or else.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
It's just control.
It's like
It's
this
control.
girl is she has her head on her shoulders, right? I've heard her respond to, I think there was a post on Shade Room, she responded to some older men that were in her comments, and she was like, I am 17 years old, I'm a child, like, any grown man needs to get off of my page. Like, she said things on a public platform that makes me feel like she has her head on straight. Like, T.I. has raised her right, and if he has faith in his own parenting skills, he shouldn't be hovering over her trying to do physical exams. That's just ridiculous, you know? And it's
he's projecting his insecurities onto her, because he feels like he's got to feel like he hasn't done a good job. Because if you felt like you did a good job, then you would trust her to be able to go to the fucking doctor by herself.
I know.
Unless she's like, Daddy, please come with me, please, please, please. You know, we don't know if that conversation happened, but what I'm saying is that
no, these are visits that he is scheduling, because you don't have to get you're not going to get your hymen checked every year. That's something you're asking a gynecologist to do. They don't check for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're asking them to do that and share the results with you. That's out of control. And it's very possessive. Like, she is a possession of his. And that's like, your kids are your own people. They're going to do whatever you want. And guess what? Her hymen could be intact for another 20 years. It doesn't mean anything. Like, she could still be getting violated. She could still be out here sucking dick left and right. That doesn't mean anything. It's about, how does she feel about herself? Does she respect herself? Is she going to value herself? Is she going to let somebody who values her share that intimacy with her? Like, that's the things you should be worried about, not if her hymen's intact. Like, that's just ignorant.
All of the messaging is it's just missed. The message is missed, and what is really going on is simply control. It's just him being, like you said, misogynistic, narcissistic, all these different things. He's just being an asshole, to be honest. It's just, I hate that I even heard that this is. I want to unhear this, honestly. Like,
I never liked him I haven't really liked him since, like I said, all this shit came out with him, Tiny, all that. And it just goes to show it's not just affecting Tiny, and, you know, it's affecting his kids and how he treats his kids too.
Speaking of Tiny, so I had watched his podcast, I guess it's called Expeditiously. I had watched a clip of him and Tiny as obviously they're a couple, but they had an interview together where they were talking about marriage and love and relationships. And it was like 30 minutes. It was really weird. It ended in a way that you were like, oh, is it over? You know, it was just really weird. While I was watching it, I was talking to Ashley, and some of y'all who've watched some of our previous podcasts, you'll see Ashley. Talk to Ashley. She's the one who brought it to my attention. Like, oh, they have a podcast coming out about da-da-da. It should be juicy, whatever. So I really thought I was about to learn some shit, right? Like, okay, well, since maybe it's his podcast, he'll control the narrative, which we know he did. But it still was so controlling. Like, she couldn't say shit. Like, even when she was about to start opening up about some things, about her views and thoughts on questions that he would ask, he'd be like, oh, whoa, you know, let me look in your cup. Let me fill your cup back up. You're speaking a little too clear. Like, he is just such an asshole. And I'm thinking to myself, like, Tiny, she has some shit to say. Like, she has some shit to say. The little shit that she did say, you know, I was like, okay, she has a brain, obviously. And I don't know. I don't like it. It's not for me to like or hate or whatever the case is. But now I see completely what you've always been saying about that whole situation. It just was something that was like, an eye-opener for me because I really don't put too much attention on them like that. But to see them in that intimate space on his podcast where he's asking all these questions, but then yet he's like, okay, your turn to answer, but then don't answer it the way that, don't be too, you know what I'm saying? It was just real weird. It was weird.
Yeah, girl, she has a lot to say, and she'll probably be one of those ones in 15 years coming out with a tell-all book once they've divorced and everything else, because that's
I was like,
that
girl.
relationship's a
You can
mess.
have that. You can have that.
I mean, he has just disrespected that woman in so many ways, just
And then to
all
think,
those years.
so wait, I gotta say this because this was kind of funny. So one of the topics, or they were talking about something, and it was basically like, what do I love about you? Like, well, and Tia was like, yeah, what do you love about me? Like, what I mean, besides everything that you love about me, what is it that you love about me besides everything? And so she was like, well, and of course he interrupts her. Well, let me tell you what I love about you. Let me just tell you what I love about you. He was like, I love that you have been very, very tolerant.
Oh, tolerant. Ew. Tolerant.
Whitney. And then not only did he say tolerant, he went into, you have been just very, very, very tolerant. And I thank you for allowing me to have room to become the man as I'm still trying to become for a better me to you. He was like,
trying to become.
Basically, you saying thank you for putting up with all my bullshit and continuing to put up with my bullshit as I'm still doing your motherfucking ass wrong. I told Marlon, I said, if you ever describe me as tolerant, okay, as a reason why you love me, nigga, keep that shit. Nah, we not tolerant of nothing. No. Yeah, he was like, thank you for being very, very, very tolerant. You are very tolerant.
That's a hot ass mess.
Girl! So I just had to get that out there because I was like, I know this nigga did not just call this tolerant after all this. I mean, she is, don't get me wrong, that's a great word to describe her, but goddamn, kick her where it hurts. He was like, most women, y'all expect us just to come ready, just to come ready. I'm like, well, I mean, kind of ready, sure. Maybe not perfect.
After 20 years? You've been with this woman for 20 years. You have like 10 kids. Like, yeah, you should be pretty fucking ready. Like, what? I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh shit. Let's get in.
Deal with the bullshit. I just cannot. It seems like people are so desperate to be not by themselves that they will be tolerant.
Very tolerant.
Of any fucking thing.
Yeah.
I don't have a tolerant bone in my fucking body. I'm not tolerating shit.
I know.
I'm not tolerating it.
I know.
So what do we do?
I know. Can't go there, so we're just stuck here. So it's just like, fuck.
Like, you got one shot.
Yeah, don't fuck it up. You got one shot, no possible. So
one take Drake.
Use it wisely. So tolerant. That is going to be, we need to label this podcast tolerant.
Like she was the damn civil rights era or something. Like that's so fucked up.
That was so fucked up. And she just was like, because she probably thought he was about to be like, I just love the way that you.
I thought he was gonna say loyal. But
loyal. Damn. This thing said tolerant. I was like, if I ain't heard nothing else, this is it.
Oh Lord.
So let's get, girl.
Foolery of these celebrities.
Yes.
I have another fool on the list to talk about right after this.
Okay. So you said you have another what in celebrity?
Fool, a celebrity fool.
Oh, a celebrity fool. Well, while we on the celebrities, let's stick with it. What's that? Because mine ain't a celebrity.
Oh, okay. Well, I said this, y'all. If you've been listening to the Black Coffee and Tea podcast, I have said this numerous times, and it's finally been revealed that Kanye West will be attempting to run for fucking president. Like I said a fucking year ago, when he was getting all in politics and Kim wants to be a lawyer and this, that, and the third. They are making their next run.
You did say this.
In politics. I could see their motives a mile away. It's so obvious. And that's why he's getting into the churches and all of this. It's the end of times, y'all. It's the end of motherfucking times. I'm telling you, get your shit together.
If you ain't living right, get your shit in order. Clean house. It's time to be clean house.
You
But
better accept the Lord
Lord is
as
going
your savior.
down at any time. Okay, Lord, I'm ready. I'm just telling you right now, I'm ready.
But
um,
yes, he dropped his album Jesus is King, and
have you
a
heard
week
it? Have you
later,
listened, or are you not even in?
girl, no, I have not listened. I have not heard good reviews about it.
Okay.
I'm not interested in it.
Okay.
Um, yeah, now
It's
he's gonna be running
interesting
for
though
president.
for coming because I would feel like you being so expressive and artistic or having that, those ways, I would think that you would be um open to let me ask you this. Let me
Open
ask
to
you
what? Open to what?
well, this is what I'm about to get to. Let me ask it in a question. Do you feel like people have to stay within a box? Do you feel like Kanye could take Kanye's
So are
personality
you,
out?
hold on, wait, I'm just trying to go back to your first question that was
Are
directed
you
towards me.
open
Are
to
you saying you're
artists?
shocked that I don't like Kanye's music?
No, 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 no. I'm trying to put it in a question that makes sense. How I was gonna phrase it didn't make sense. So I'm basically asking you, are you open to artists trying different genres? So specifically, as we're talking about Kanye, do you feel like what are your thoughts about him doing this kind of music? Now he's doing this kind of music. Do you have any feelings for that, or is it because like you're like, no, I don't want to listen to it because
It don't have nothing to do with genres or nothing like that. I think it, to me,
is
it's
it
about,
because it's Kanye for you?
it has nothing to do
Oh,
with
okay.
genres,
Oh, okay.
period. Okay. To me, he is monetizing and making a mockery of religion. To
Okay.
me,
Got
that's
it.
how I feel it.
Got it.
Especially when we've gone through all these phases. I already know he idolizes himself. He calls himself king. He calls himself Jesus, all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to worship Kanye in no way like that. And I don't, and because he has not been um upholding this Jesus stance for his whole career, it's questionable to me. It makes me seem like it's a motive.
Mm.
It seems, it doesn't seem authentic to me. And
Mm.
I'm not a person that really gets down with nothing, no type of music that's not authentic. Like
Yeah.
I can't,
You've said that before.
yeah, you gotta be authentic. Like
You have to
anyone can make a
feel. You
bop
have to
or
feel.
whatever, but
Yeah.
I can feel inauthenticity, especially in a song, like when you're trying to be something or trying to be somebody. And to be honest with Kanye's music, I haven't enjoyed his music in a long time before he's crossed over to gospel or whatever. So I just knew I wasn't gonna like this. So
Fair. I have heard. That's interesting. You say you haven't heard really good reviews because I've seen several people being like, "Oh my god, I love the album. I love the music. Like y'all need to give Kanye this new try. It's actually really great music." And I haven't heard it. I mean, I'm just assuming it's just regular. I mean, I've heard like the little sound bites when he's performing with North and they're having those worship groups. But yeah, I mean I've heard, some great things about it. And I don't know. I don't know what he's really trying to do.
yeah, I
I
mean,
just
God bless that man. He's opening up Sunday services, charging people, $200 to get in, giving them plates of frozen Egos for breakfast buffets. It's a mess right now. It's a money grab, and salute to him
is
because
he
he's
really
grabbing that money.
charging people?
Yeah, there are people who are outraged in, where was he at? Chicago. He did a Sunday service like a week ago, and people had paid for like the brunch and service. So it was like a
Okay.
ticket he sold that was selling like breakfast plates and the service. And people took pictures of the breakfast plate, and it was like a $65 ticket or some shit. And it was just like frozen Egos, and they said it looked like a prison plate. It was like the fire festival, basically. They said it was just a 649 girl. It was horrible. So,
What the fuck? Girl, I didn't know he was charging people. See, I'm learning something every day. Every day I'm learning something
well, I
new.
think it's clever. So like he will do the event for free, I think, and then there's packages you can buy. So if you want to do like the VIP brunch, you can buy tickets like to combine with the service. Like,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
money grab in a,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Well, do
God
you
bless them.
think he has a fighting chance to be on on a ballot?
For president,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Oh,
world is done. This world is doomed. Absolutely.
Would you vote for Kanye or Trump if those were your two choices?
I would not be voting. Like at that point, I don't care. I don't.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not even one who's like for the non-vote voting.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't care.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's all going downhill. I can't. I can't.
Whitney, and you're such an optimist. Like you're such a, you know, even though you have like thoughts about things, you're still so like optimistic and you still see like, I don't know, some beautiful
Girl,
this
I'm
doom
praying.
girl.
I'm praying God, changes
You can change
something,
around.
but it's not feeling good to me right now.
Are we in Mercury retrograde right now?
We are,
People
girl.
keep saying, I keep seeing it, so
This
I
is
was
the most intense one I have been in for like, this is crazy. I ran into an ex, well, not a technical ex, but this guy I used to talk to that I really, really liked, and I haven't talked to him in like 2 years. Ran smack dab into him at this event. And it's just, I never thought I'd see him again in my life. It was crazy. Um, all types of shit happened.
like, like,
Stuff breaking
what?
down. My computer just crashed. Like that's the type of stuff that happens during retrograde. It just delays a lot of obstacles and people from the past. A lot of people from the past. So, shit you've done 6 months ago can come back in your face during this time period, and you'd be like, "Damn, I forgot about that."
I need to really sit down and like think because
Girl.
yeah.
Oh, it was a $55 brunch plate called Brunchella for the Sunday service, and this was the picture of the. This is a frozen meat patty with 2 frozen, half thawed out pancakes and microwave bacon, y'all, for $55. Kanye's service brunch plate.
Whitney.
Oh God, I'm just
Whitney, why did you show that to me?
girl, because you got to
That
see
is
what's
a
really going on.
hot mess.
Does that look like in the name of Jesus, or does that look like you trying to just get some money real quick? There wasn't no love. It wasn't no nothing in that.
Oh shit, not for no 55. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You better go down to the homeless clinic. They got better food because I've passed out food from those kitchens and it'd be real warm, hearty, good meals.
That's
And
what I'm talking
that
about.
shit right there looks like what these kids be playing with at Playmates,
I've asked.
dollhouse.
I've
So no, no, Kanye, Kanye, no, no. Mm-mm. Love his shoes, unfortunately, but I
I
mean,
do love his shoes,
so I'm gonna just put that on out there. If you see me out here with some Yeezys, just keep it
and
moving.
I will openly
Just keep.
accept any pair of Yeezys from any person that wants to offer them up. Oh God.
Look,
Did
don't
Carter get his Yeezys for his birthday?
girl, fuck no. He did not get no damn Yeezys for his damn birthday,
Uh,
girl. No, fuck no. He is that little boy there. I tell you, whoo. He's going to give me a run for my money.
Absolutely, like you gave your mama.
I did. I was bad. I was bad as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hmm.
So, what do we think about? We've talked about this too. I feel like everything we've talked about and it just keeps coming up. It keeps coming. It's like happening. The
Retrograde, girl. Retrograde.
Instagram likes being removed from posts.
And I told you what that was about too, didn't I?
You did. I feel like this whole episode today is really regurgitating what we've already talked about in previous podcasts.
And you were like, no, this is good. And I'm like, oh God, this is not
I
good.
get it. But so now here's where I want to. So, okay, for those that don't know, Instagram has released, it's been in the works for a while. There's been talks about it, but apparently this is slated to happen soon. They're going to do like a trial of people, a group of people first, and then they're going to see how it works or whatever. I don't know. But what's happening is they are going to now remove likes from viewers, from your followers' view. They will no longer be able to see how many people have liked your posts. From what I was told, from what I was reading, you as the account owner will still be able to see who's liked your stuff. You'll still be able to see all of your engagement. You'll even still be able to see comments. Followers will be able to see comments. The likes will be removed from followers. So there has been an uproar among social media. I've honestly seen 50-50. 50-50 meaning, ooh, for y'all, here y'all go. Y'all talking about y'all don't care about likes, da-da-da-da. Here y'all go, showing y'all asses, da-da-da-da. They didn't say they was going to remove it from you. They said from the viewers. This may stop bullying. This may stop da-da-da-da-da. You know, and then I saw and it's actually surprising, one of the influencers, social media influencers that I follow, I was actually really interested in what she had to say about it, because she's just someone who's up. I mean, she probably has like 100,000 followers. She's not like huge, but she's just steady, constantly working with brands. I was really interested to listen to her thoughts on stuff. And her thoughts on it was, you know what, she's going to continue just working with the brands that she's built these relationships with. Because at the end of the day, brands love engagement. So the engagement still has to happen. There still has to be statistics,
and it's not going to hurt people who already have
it's just yes,
you already got brands you work with, you already have some of those connections solidified. Yes. It's going to hurt more so the up and coming people who have been working their ass off, like us, to build up our page.
Yes. Yes. And then the other 50 is obviously the people that are like, you know, this is bullshit, you're trying to take away, fighting chances for new up and coming business owners. You know, we're sitting here, we're the face of everything, we're doing the work, but now Instagram wants to be the monetizer and get all the money and all this other stuff. Control. So I don't know. I've got to see it till I have to see it in order for me to believe it, because like I said, this has been being talked about. So I'm not saying that's not going to actually happen. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of feel in the middle about it. Like you said, I feel like it's going to have more of the impact on the people who are up and coming like us, where we have been pretty steady and we've been steadily on the rise. And right as we're like peaking and all this other kind of stuff, it really could be detrimental for others like us. And then on the other side, I'm thinking like, well, from an analytical standpoint, and from a comment standpoint with engagement, because I feel like the comments is also where you get the engagement as well. As long as those influencers are able to still have that back office to be able to provide those analytics and provide those engagements to those brands or whatever the case may be, is that not still a good thing? Or you see what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I kind of teeter-totter a little bit.
I mean, I hope that we still have the backlog to see the analytics, but at the same time, it's like those likes and that follower count, well, not even just the follower count, because people can buy the followers, but the likes and the engagement, that's what will draw brands' attention to even inquire about your statistics. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's even checking for your analytics if they don't see you on the fucking explore page with 10,000 likes on that post or whatever. So it's just like, you know, Nicki Minaj came out on Shade Room and, you know, she had a little live stream and she named some good points, because she says she had a meeting with Instagram months ago and she had heard about this, like what they were planning on doing. And the big thing is, and what I want people to take away from it is, like, start waking up. Like, these major moves and these companies, they're not doing it for your kids' self-esteem. They're not doing it for body positivity. They're doing it for money. They're doing it for the end game. It's not about making people feel good on Instagram about the likes. Like, just remove that completely. It's going to be because they want to be more profitable. You know, that's what it's about. So stop allowing these companies to play on y'all emotions and really think about the end game, because that's what they care about. They don't care shit about y'all self-esteem at all. It's not about that. It's just they see that so many independent people are making so much money that they're not getting any pieces of. And I know personally, because I've seen, you know, now when we post something, if our post isn't getting that much likes or engagement, Instagram will say, hey, you want to sponsor this post? You can pay us and we'll sponsor your post so your post can get more likes. And it's like, no one has really been using that. So now Nicki Minaj, she made a great point. She was like, now, instead of those brands coming directly to y'all and filling y'all pockets with money to do a post, now they're going to have to go through Instagram and pay Instagram, and then maybe Instagram will break you off something. So now you're getting a smaller chunk. You were getting the whole pie, and now you're going to get a slice, basically, because we're on their platform and they're trying to control that. And it's just like, this shit is gonna keep happening with all these platforms. Like, we honestly got to find a way to like have a new platform. Like,
I was gonna say, what's the
don't
solution? I mean,
control
I've been
any of it.
seeing we just have to start our own. People just have to start a new one, like start a
Yeah,
new
we don't control
program.
any of it. Even with YouTube, like people used to make so much more money on YouTube back in the day, and now they changed the requirements, they changed the stipulations. You're getting less of the Google ad revenue. Like, they can literally do with us whatever they want. And because we all want to be part of these platforms, we're still here for all the changes. But at the end of the day, if they're trying to take money out of our pockets, we really have the power. Like, we could all leave. Look what happened to MySpace. We were done with it. We're like, fuck MySpace, and we all left. So
Black
it's like,
Planet.
we do have the power to move over to whatever platform we think is best for us. So I don't know. I hope
Snapchat,
something.
that's the thing, because I know when Snapchat came out, even though Snapchat, I still use Snapchat for certain things, especially like filters and stuff like that. But like Snapchat, it was like, oh my God, like, what's going to be the new Snapchat? Well, Instagram took a bite out of Snapchat, and now they do the 24 hour, it's just,
Yeah.
everything is kind of like another mimic of another mimic of another mimic.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
Instagram is going to be something of a past, probably it's going to be something else. So
Yeah.
I think
And
that,
they're already like censoring us, like there's only some certain shit you can't post. If you get too political, they're going to shut your page down. If you
I
get too
know, I saw that.
Black Lives Matter, they're going to shut your page down. Like, you can't go against the grain too much on these platforms, and it's part of being censored, and it's just going to get worse. So
Oh,
I don't know. We're just about to hit 10K, so this shit could really deter us. I'm hoping it doesn't
I'm
last
hoping
long.
that it really just doesn't. And I think that, by us having, and I think people, if you have some sort of a following and you have consistent content going on your page, good content, and I'm hoping that the momentum of it still, because at the end of the day, I think for the Explore page, if the ability to still like and the ability to be seen is still there, um, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if people can't necessarily see the likes, but it's constantly being liked, it's going to end up on the Explore page anyway. Or
I think this could be make or break
it
for
could be,
Instagram. This could
yeah,
this could potentially be their moment where they fuck it all up.
exactly.
Like, you're fucking with the wheel, basically. Like, you started with likes. That's what you were. You were literally a place where people uploaded pictures and people liked the pictures
Yeah,
before everything else, before stories, before everything.
yeah.
That's what your whole foundation was. So it's like, why would y'all fuck that up? Why would you change what you started to something completely different? Like, just because you're trying to be more greedy. You're making millions upon billions of dollars. Like, stop trying to be greedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this may be the end of Instagram, like the downward decline, because they all go through these cycles of being super popular to declining, and everyone's on to the next big app. So
Yep.
we'll see.
To be continued, your sister. That's a good title. The decline of Instagram.
The decline of
The
Instagram.
decline. Have you had this Popeye's chicken sandwich yet, child?
Girl, that was on my list too. You hitting all my stuff.
Girl, I just want to just eat it and be done with it. Like, I want to have a bite.
I want it to be discontinued. I feel like that's the fucking devil sandwich at this point. I'm over it. People losing their lives over the
Yeah,
damn
it's
chicken
too much.
sandwich now.
It seemed too much. It
It's
seemed too much.
And now I'm scared to eat it. I'm just
Yeah.
like, is it some type of mind controlled shit?
Well, and then it also goes to show that when we as people, us brown people especially, because it's a lot of people getting a chicken sandwich, but I'm saying it goes to show the power of word of mouth and the things that we can drive. We're sitting here driving chicken sandwiches about Popeyes, driving
Yeah.
engagement and noise about a chicken fucking sandwich.
Yeah. And
There
Popeyes
are
is not
so
like that. Like, Popeyes ain't shit. Like, to me,
well,
Popeyes just needs to go.
hold
Popeyes
on.
needs to
Well, slow down, gym shoes. Whoa, whoa. I love
Yeah.
Popeyes. I do love Popeye. Popeyes is actually my favorite chicken joint as far as fast food.
The food may be good or whatever, but it's like the service is beyond
It
ridiculous.
is,
And it's like, this is just showing how terrible of service y'all have. And it shows you that even if you have a good fucking menu, you still can't thrive, because you're going to have all this controversy. You can't even properly handle long lines for chicken sandwiches. Every time I pull up to a Chick-fil-A, guess what? The line is out of the fucking parking lot, and they have people in the parking lot taking orders and doing what they have to do to orderly get people their fucking chicken sandwiches. Why can y'all not do the same? Why Popeyes?
Let me
I
pull
went
up
to
this book.
Popeyes last week. When the Popeyes sandwich came back out, I said, you know what, let me hit it up real quick. Maybe people haven't heard it came out. So I went to one Popeyes. The line was out the door. I was like, fuck it. I went to another Popeyes. It was no line. I was like, oh my God. So I come into Popeyes. It's like 2 people in line. As soon as I opened the door, the lady at the front was like, it will be an hour to 2 hours for anything ordered. For anything ordered. I said, so what you're telling me is I can't get 2 biscuits. I can't get a 2-piece. I can't get a side of red beans and rice. What if I don't even fucking want the sandwich, lady? And now I gotta just abandon Popeyes because y'all can't handle shit. This is what I'm talking about.
Let me wait.
I'm done with Popeyes. This fucking sandwich needs to be a Postmate, DoorDash only option. If you can't get it delivered, we're not selling it in stores.
Wait. It's a 2 hour.
Yes, he said, for anything ordered. For anything ordered. Like, you know what? Like, I'm done.
Okay. I too agree that Popeyes does not have the best customer service.
Like, damn, my spirit is so bothered by the time I get the food. It's like, am I even enjoying the food at this point? Like, I had to go through rudeness. I had to go through danger. Like, it's too much.
Let me just plug one of these books in that I had to read for my company called The Customer Service Revolution. It says, overthrow conventional business, inspire employees, and change the world. Okay. This book essentially is written by an amazing group of individuals. It's called the Julius Group. My company, we work with the DeJulius Group specifically for customer service opportunities. The DeJulius Group is known to work with brands, the Ritz-Carlton, Nordstrom, Chick-fil-A, all of these brands that really have high interest in customer service. And it really speaks to, I mean, I'm at the Ritz-Carlton right now, and or Chick-fil-A, you know, it just really speaks to customer service in a way where you're like, damn, like I walk in a hotel room, right? And they already know me by my name. How, you know, you're dressed by, hey, Mrs. Parker. And you're like, damn, like I like being, like you don't even know that you like it until it's, you know, it just goes to show people will, the product can be kind of mediocre in the beginning, but if you have great customer service and it's consistent and you are not a company that necessarily is driven by policy. We've all been to those companies where something's been fucked up with something and they're like, oh no, we cannot. Policy says we cannot. We absolutely cannot. But you can and you should. And this book, I would recommend Popeyes. I don't know, claiming whoever be out here, pass this on to Popeyes. Pass this book on to the Popeyes people and hopefully, and whoever else, small business owners, everybody who should be, because that's really what this world thrives in is customer service. Look at all your top brands that you love to go back to, that you talk about how you're treated, how you feel when you leave, and why you want to go back. It's pretty much about customer service. So I agree, Whitney. I mean, Popeyes ain't shit. You know, it is what it fucking is. That's how I feel about a lot of other fast food places, especially Wendy's. I don't even eat fast food like that. But if there is a chance I have to go to a fast food place, let's say my son, he's went some Wendy's just by chance, it's the same. I don't care if I'm in Kansas City. I don't care if I'm in Nashville. I don't care if I'm in Beverly Hills.
It's slow as hell.
Wendy's customer service is the same no matter where I go, and it's trash, trash, trash.
And Popeyes too. Popeyes too. It's really bad. Yeah. Like, I remember in high school, Popeyes would run out of chicken, and you walk in there, they're like, "We ain't got no more chicken." We're like, "Why are y'all open?"
Too, though. KFC, I've been to KFC before, and they would be like, "We're out of chicken." I'm thinking like, "Well, you're Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like, what do you mean? Like, what? Why are you not closed?"
I know multiple times. Maybe it's just the area I'm at, but this Popeyes
I
always seems
love,
like,
and that's the thing, I love me some Popeyes. I just do. I love Popeyes. I love the seasoning. I love the
yeah.
ingredients. I love.
I feel like I'm not really going, like, that sandwich may be good, but I'm not a huge Popeyes chicken person. Like, I
Mhm.
like their shrimp box, and I
Yeah,
like
I
their
get
mashed
their shrimp box.
potatoes, and I like their
I like their
biscuits.
wings. I like their wings, and I like their. Basically, if anybody had some chicken, if
I
you
don't
had,
really like their tenders. I don't like their tenders
I
like that.
used to like their tenders, but no, I like their chicken. I like their like breasts and their wings, and I like their shrimp box.
Yeah, I'm not a
And
big fried chicken person. That's why I don't know if I'm really like the sandwich, but
oh yeah. I just feel like I want it because of the hype, just so
it's
that
the
I.
hype. I already know I'm gonna be disappointed. Like Boosie, the way he reacted, he just looks like a hood nigga that would really like a good chicken sandwich. Like for him to not be impressed, that just says a lot.
Touche.
Like he sent his boys out there. He said they waited in line for 2 hours, damn near, for a damn chicken sandwich, and he was not impressed. Like that's
I'm so over this chicken. Can we just put the chicken sandwich to bed? And can we put the memes about the chicken sandwich to bed? Because I can't go get the chicken sandwich. I just refuse to do it. Much as I love Popeyes, I just refuse to get the chicken
just
sandwich.
know if you see one with no line, it's probably a trap, a scam, a sham. It's it's not what you think it is. If you go and there's no line.
I
So
saw a meme that was like, Popeye, if you've eaten Popeye's chicken, Popeye is gonna be in 20 years talking about some
if
uh
you've eaten the
if
Popeyes
you've eaten
chicken
Popeye's
sandwich,
chicken sandwich 20 years ago, you are at risk for mesothelioma.
call this number immediately. Stop fucking with that sandwich because I know right now, especially it being so hyped up, those workers hate that sandwich. They probably barely cooking it. They probably just like get it out of here, get it, get it, get it.
And see, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I want my shit to be fresh, hot, battered up specifically for me. Like
Yeah.
not one of the many
I'm
numbers.
thinking in about a month and maybe it'll just die down.
Yeah, it probably will. But but this chicken sandwich has been going on, I feel like all year. Jeez.
But I think they helped because they took it back and said, "Oh, we're not selling it no more," and so they hyped it up
They were
again for
able to control the.
the relaunch. Ugh, I'm
Death
done.
to the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Yeah, and R.I.P. to whoever lost their life over that sandwich. That's fucked up.
Speaking of RIP, can we mention
Yeah, we need
discuss
to
the
do it.
Atlanta student who went missing
Yep,
a few weeks ago?
we definitely need to get into it.
Alexis, I don't, is it
Alex
Coleman? Crawford?
Crawford.
Alexis Crawford. I did not want to butcher her name. She went
Yes.
missing. I actually follow a few people in Atlanta. They're realtors. And one of the girls that I follow, it's so fun. It's just crazy how this world is so small. Um, she actually, one of the girls that I follow, she had sponsored Alexis's prom several years ago. And she had put her picture up, like missing, let's find her, da da da. It just started out real subtle. And I just remember I have another girlfriend in Phoenix who, just another round the way girl that we knew growing up. She's also missing. They still haven't found her. Her baby daddy has been given this bogus story. I still don't think that they have found her. But it's just all these different missing people. And so with Alexis,
Or murder.
for this particular girl, Alexis, she just kept getting more and more notoriety. And then it became, oh my God, like what's really going on? And then ultimately they found out last week that she ended up, her body was found. She was murdered. They're saying it was asphyxiation, if I said that right, like suffocated or, strangled or something like that by her, by her boyfriend that's in question, as well as her roommate.
It's not her boyfriend. It's the roommate's
The
boyfriend.
it's the roommate's boyfriend.
Yeah. So let me just break down this. I just broke it down and
Oh,
put the story on our Instagram. But
wow.
this is a cautionary tale, y'all, because I literally was just having this conversation with one of my friends about like me just being in the mood to cut people off. Like once I get a bad vibe, if I get any weird energy, any jealous energy. Before I used to still hang around people and be like, oh no, they still fuck with me kinda. But
Mm.
now it's like, no. If I get any hint of any type of weird energy, I gotta remove myself because when people show you who they are, you really gotta believe them.
You gotta believe.
Everybody's not your friend. In this situation with Alexis, unfortunately, she's 21 years old. She had an apartment with another 21-year-old Clark Atlanta student. And one night, I think it was like right before Halloween, she was with her roommate and her roommate's boyfriend. They were all drinking, and apparently Alexis got really drunk, and she felt like she was going to pass out. But in the midst of that, she remembers pushing the girl's boyfriend off of her. So the boyfriend made like some sexual attempts towards her, tried kissing her. In the morning when she woke up, she felt like she had been raped or violated. So she reported the assault. She got a rape kit, all of that, and she was pursuing charges against her roommate's boyfriend. So because of that, of course, they fell out. She told her family that she didn't feel comfortable really staying there. And yeah, it was just an uncomfortable situation. So literally 2 or 3 days after she reported the sexual assault, she went missing. The family started like calling the roommate. It was like, hey, have you seen Alexis, blah, blah, blah. They said at first the roommate was very cooperative. And then like after like a day or two, the roommate was like, please don't contact me anymore. And she was literally the last person who saw Alexis alive. So they were like, what the fuck? So at that point, they really started panicking. And they knew it had been a bad situation, but they just couldn't imagine, the roommate would be involved in this way. And then eventually, after like being pressed by police, the roommate confessed to being part of this in some type of way. We don't know the full story yet, but the roommate told police where the body was dumped. And the roommate and the roommate's boyfriend has been charged. And so it's just a terrible situation. The boyfriend in question, he has like all these assault charges. He has like a childhood abuse charge. Like he's only 21 years old and he has like been in and out the system for a long time. And it just sucks because Alexis, she's just a roommate in the situation. That's not her man. That's nothing. But of course, this man had violent tendencies and he probably coerced his girlfriend in some type of way to take part in this. Like either way, they both need to be held accountable.
To the furthest extent by law.
Yeah.
Fuck, that is crazy.
Yeah, there's pictures of Alexis with this girl who was her friend for years. She was a senior, and she was a senior, so she was about to graduate. She had been cool with this girl for many years, been her roommate.
And the girl that I follow, she had posted some conversations with the roommate when they were trying to find her. She was like, y'all get this fucking bitch. I cannot stand her. She said, I've been knowing something was wrong with this bitch. She's up here talking about find my roommate, help, da-da-da-da-da. This bitch I've been knowing. Like, she's just blending in, oh my God, I haven't seen her. Can you guys please help? Blah, blah. All the while you were the one involved. How
and now all of their lives are fucking ruined. All of your parents' lives are ruined. Your whole family life, like y'all done took this girl away from her family. Now your ass is gonna be 21 years old, locked up probably for the rest of your life. This
for
crazy
what?
man is gonna be locked up for the rest for some dick. And things people are willing to do for the dick is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bad enough to involve yourself in these domestically abusive relationships, but when you pull these men into the lives of the people in your life, now they got to deal with the bullshit. Like I just saw some shit. I think it was in Tennessee. I put this video up on Black Coffee and Tea YouTube too, and it was a woman who her estranged boyfriend came into the house of her and her 3 kids and killed 2 of her kids and killed the mom. And the 17-year-old, she ended up like fighting the guy off and she got stabbed multiple times, but she survived. She's like 16 or 17. And she literally recounted the story and told her mom time and time again how she wanted her mom to leave this man. And she had to deal with the consequences of her mom's crazy ass boyfriend. Like, stop bringing these crazy niggas in y'all people's lives. Stop it. It's ridiculous. It's one thing if you're single and you don't have no family, you don't have no kids, whatever. But when you're bringing these unstable, evil ass people, and now everyone has to deal with the repercussions of that, it's so selfish. It's just so fucked up.
It is.
And Alexis, for that to not even have been her man, and she was just literally attacked by her roommate's boyfriend, and then they killed her because she reported it. Disgusting. This world is so trash. I can't.
It makes you just not even want to have more kids. I mean, I know for me, I'm like, I just don't even want to bring another kid into this world because it's so crazy. We posted a picture. We posted a video on our page about did you see that video where that girl was hiding behind the van or the truck? When I tell you, I was like, that little girl is so fucking smart.
Good parenting.
And
Taught
she
her
was,
well
like,
enough.
in her phone, like, you have to think, like, basically what happened was, guys, there was a video out of surveillance from a house that had just a camera on the street, and there was a little girl walking home. She had to be what? I don't know, between what, 10 and 13 maybe?
Like 11, 12, yeah.
11, 12, somewhere tender between there. And she's, on her phone, she's walking, but she, peripheral, obviously, or she's so in tune with her surroundings, even if she's
Mm-hmm.
like in her phone, that she's like, oh shit, someone's
So this car following her,
so there's
yeah.
a car following her, and there's like this huge pickup truck. So she notices a car following her, so she hides behind this big pickup truck. Well, the car that's following her stops because he's like obviously waiting for her to continue on to come out on the other side. So she just stops. So then the car keeps going. So then the car comes back around.
Yeah.
As she doesn't move, she stays behind this car hidden until the car finally just drives off, and then she
And
makes
then
a
she
dash
runs,
home. She
yeah.
runs home. But oh my god, can you imagine if she just was like in her phone and just didn't really think or just pay attention, or just even if she just kept walking, maybe she could have been like, oh, this car's following me, but I'm just gonna keep walking, I'm gonna just run, anything could happen. And these people out here, I mean, it's like people are waiting to take you as a kid, as an adult, as a
Yeah.
baby. Like, people are literally, this is what their job is to do, is to take you, harm
Yeah.
you, and murder you.
It's a lot of sex trafficking going on.
Sex trafficking.
Alexis Sky, I think she just
She
announced
came
on
out.
the room, and she was like, she was taken or almost taken or somehow involved in sex trafficking.
Sex
And she
trafficking.
said it's heavy in Atlanta, like
Heavy in Atlanta.
heavy.
Also, it's not just men that are taking these people. It could be your best friend. It could be a woman who
Yeah, women are accomplices.
they
They're setting shit up. They're part of it.
in any shape, way, or form. So we have to be that much more careful. You have to be that much more in tune with your surroundings. I'm not saying get a gun. I'm saying self-defense, whether that's taking a karate class, whether that's just you knowing where your safe spots are and where to go and taking classes or whatever the case is. But this world is not what it used to be. You cannot just let your kids go outside and tell them to come back when the porch light comes on or when the street lights come on. Like, we
Mm-mm.
don't live in those times anymore.
That little girl Cupcake, she got taken at that birthday party, and they found that she was killed.
Oh my God. What was
This
that?
happened like last week. She was like a 6-year-old. They had the viral video of her outside at the birthday party, and she was missing for a few days. And then they found her body. They charged a woman and a man with the crime. But her parents dropped her off at this neighborhood party. And, I guess it was kind of in the hood or whatever. There's a bunch of kids running around. But apparently their parents left her there. And she's only like 6 or 7. And I guess they assumed that because there was so many people there that people were going to keep an eye on her. But they didn't. And a guy approached these kids in a park, and they took her, and then she was found dead and all types of stuff a few days later. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know how parents could just drop their kids off anywhere. Like, I would be such a fucking obsessive parent. That's
My
probably why I
son doesn't,
don't
and
need
that's
to be.
so interesting you said it, because my son doesn't even, I don't even allow Carter to stay the night out.
Yeah,
Judge
how
me.
it
Judge,
is
judge me.
today.
He can have kids come over my house, but to go over
I
there and you
feel
stay the
you.
night,
I feel
like,
you.
I'm sorry, until
I
you're
stayed
at an
the
age.
night growing up. I used to have sleepovers all the time
Yep.
and vice versa, but it's just like, I feel you, because you just never know what's
No,
happening in another person's house.
no.
And I would be
You got to
so
watch family
paranoid.
members, because a lot of times with these rapes and these sexual abuse, it's a lot of times it's not from people who you don't really know. It
Well,
be
it's
people in your
always
own.
somebody you know.
It be people it be your own family members that
Hmm.
be out here trying to trap you up, and that's why we know about all them little uncles growing up. And oh, you didn't filled out, girl, since I last saw you. What you do? All this other little sick shit. You gotta
Disgusting.
just watch everybody.
You
Nobody
have
is
to
too
watch
good or too big
every.
to not be questioned.
Yeah. I wouldn't be getting no sleep if I was a parent, because it's just too dangerous out here. It's too crazy.
It's too crazy. I do want to shout out Rodney Reed, who is on what is he? He's up for execution. I don't know how many days he has left as of today, but I knew as of like Friday, I think he had 12 or something like that left.
That's our black coffee and tea segment.
Yeah. So black coffee, no sugar, no cream. He is on he was convicted of raping and murdering. I think she was a white woman.
Mm.
And she it has since come out, and apparently it's been out, that there have been an overwhelmingly amount of compelling evidence that this man is innocent. And apparently the governor in which this is happening, he has been known to overturn executions. And so we're at the crunch hour. They've reached over 2 million signatures to petition this thing to get it looked at. It's up in the Supreme Court at this point, which is apparently good news, because it's been denied up to the Supreme Court. So this is, from what I've told, this is a great thing. Let's just keep him in our prayers to and hope that this thing gets really, really looked into and at least halted until further investigations are happening. But yeah, that's probably the latest that I've heard so far on it, is that it's in the hands of the Supreme Court and they are days out before his execution is to be had. It's been an overwhelmingly amount of celebrities that have come out and support. I mean, Beyonce, Dr. Phil,
this is Kim's case, right? I mean, this is one of Kim's people that she got to help,
Kim
right?
did not. No, Kim got in on it. Kim did jump in. Once she heard about it, she jumped in, but it had already been taken off in the hands of other people that have been on this.
Girl, it's so funny. I see people in the comments, like anytime I see someone like a jail or prison type of post,
somebody's like, call Kim K.
People are tagging Kim. I can't lie. I watched this documentary on this one lady, and I sent the link to Kim. I was like, please help her, Kim. I said, this woman has been in jail since she was 16 and she did not do it. I said, help her, Kim, please.
Listen, Kim, you are
out there saving folks and shit.
Girl, you are in a position to be used. Let us use you the way Ray J used you. No, I'm just playing. Just kidding. I am in support of all her good deeds that she's trying to do in the courts. And if somebody's gonna look at it based on Kim K, then who am I? Let's just keep it up, Kim.
Yeah, we're gonna try whatever we can to get, shit. Black people, we still
trying to get our reparations.
We gonna try every connect we have.
40 acres and a mule. Please work on that. Thanks.
We need that for real.
So I feel like we just knocked out a lot of juice.
We did a lot of important stuff that needed.
It was a lot of deep. This was a kind of a heavy.
It's a heavy ending. It's just a lot going on. Every week for the last month, I think it's been another Black woman missing or murdered or killed or abducted or whatever. So it's getting real out here. And I don't know if it's like a target against Black women. I don't know what's going on, but we got to watch our backs. So I'm glad we discussed that.
Me too. Well, I am excited about our next, because I'm always trying to skip it some kind of way.
Oh, our listener letters, yeah.
So we had a large amount of letters come join. I'm just kidding.
We have a large amount every week, according to Mia. No, honestly, y'all, our last podcast episode got so many streams, so many listens. So thank y'all for sharing.
Turn up. Thank you to the fans. We love y'all.
The numbers. We see the numbers going up.
We do. It's check that Instagram. Check that engagement. Misplaced.
Okay, mine's short and sweet.
Okay.
Pretty simple, and I couldn't wait to hear your reaction on this one. Hey, Whitney and Mia. I have a boyfriend who barely talks to me. We never see each other, and he never calls me. It's like he's ignoring me for some reason. I always have to be the one to reach out. I don't know what to do. A lot of my friends say that he doesn't like me in that way, but I don't believe him. Why would he ask me to be his girlfriend if he didn't like me? What do you think I should do? Do you think I should drop him?
Yes. Immediately.
She sounds very young.
Immediately. Child, run. You have nothing tied into this but some wasted amount of time. And he will continue to waste your time, because guess what? He can. You don't need a reason. This is what men will do. Men will willingly see a good thing, know it's a good thing, and fuck it up.
And not
Because
care.
they know they ain't shit. They know that you know they ain't shit. And a part of you ain't shit because you know they ain't shit, but you still messing with them knowing they ain't shit. So both of y'all ain't shit together. So I am going to tell you that again. You do sound very young. I know you are about your shit. You can be. And the fact that your friends are asking these questions and you're having questions about some things, I mean, that tells you right there. If you have to question it, girl, 9 times out of 10, it just ain't where you need to be.
Yeah. And if
Outright,
you should not be reaching out first. I'm
you shouldn't
sorry.
be
I
reaching
don't
out
really believe in
first.
that.
You shouldn't be reaching out first. And here's the thing: in love, in its simplest form, whether it's a friendship with a friends, a male parent, it's easy, right? It meaning there's work that had to keep any relationship going and thriving and whatever.
Right.
But a relationship does not take all of that work in the sense of that'll leave you out here having questions and emptiness and like, oh my god, like wondering. No, like if you like somebody and they like you too, you guys are going to feed and build off that energy. It's going to be easy. It's not going to be who calls who first. Do I call him back? Do I wait 5 minutes? Do I? It's just like, hey nigga, what you doing? Oh hey babe, it's easy. It's easy. Once it's not. So yeah, to the point that I was trying to make as far as like we don't want you to be too easy because we definitely want you are the catch, and so it's important for men to understand that there is a little bit of work that needs to be involved. Has nothing to do with you playing games or anything like that. It's just that you are the prize. But girl, it sounds like that he is not shit, and people around you know that too. He's doing things that obviously show that he's not as interested as he could be. And yeah, I just think you need to wash your hands with him. I get you sound really young, and I'm not trying to say that's an excuse, but you just really don't have a lot of skin in the game with him. So I would just wash your hands with it and be done, honestly. Don't even lose sleep. Like, I know
Yeah.
it's easier said than done. I mean, harder than whatever the saying is, shit. But
it's been a long night.
Yeah.
Long night.
Yeah. But yeah,
cut your losses there.
Cut your losses, girl. Cut your losses.
Yeah,
so,
but
as far
thank you for the letter.
Yes, nonetheless, thank you for the letter. We plan on doing a whole podcast geared towards all of our letters. Maybe we just need to pull all of our letters from the email and just read them in a podcast.
Yeah. So if you haven't sent your letter in yet, make sure that you do. You can email us at blackcoffeeandtea312@gmail.com, or you can DM us at BCT Podcast on Instagram.
And keep them coming. We love to give the advice. We love that you guys want to know our thoughts and how we would, react or give you guys advice. That's very humbling. Well, like people, you care what I think. Oh, it's so sweet.
I know, shocking.
Shit, we've lived a little bit of life. We're in our 30s. We have a little skin in the game.
I don't know shit. Okay.
When he's like, don't ask me shit.
But if y'all want my opinion for entertainment purposes, that's fine. But don't be out here following my advice.
Okay.
Or nothing. But if you want to hear for entertainment purposes only.
Disclaimer, entertainment purposes. She keeps reiterating that. So if your shit gets fucked up, don't come back here saying Whitney said.
Appreciate y'all. Let's just get to our little tea bag to wrap this thing up.
I personally am going to be teabagging the roommate and the roommate's boyfriend for the death murder of Alexis Crawford. It's just, I hope you get the worst conviction.
Yeah, that was bad.
Up to state law, So that's who I'm teabagging. Ooh. Yes.
Evil.
Something worse than teabag though, like booty goon level. like her boyfriend. I wish I had the booty goons to go get him, you know.
Well, he's gonna be in jail probably for the rest of his natural born life. So
Good.
I'm
Because
sure the
you
booty goons are in there.
booty goons are in there, good, and you're gonna get lots of tea bags, and you will just love to be a professional criminal anyway, apparently. So welcome home, son of a bitch. Who
Wow,
you teabagging,
teabag.
girl?
My teabag is to YG. So the rapper who has been out here running amok with all his fuckery. He was caught cheating on Kaylani last week on the side of the street kissing somebody. And this
Just
week he has a
messy.
video. Yes, he has a video, girl, of him showing his young child to smell a bag of weed, asking her what it smelled like. It's just a mess, just a bunch of fuck shit. So YG, just stay your ass off the gram. Just stop putting dumb shit online, people. Just stop it.
Stop. Why does everything that may be another reason why Instagram is doing this whole like thing? You know, maybe if we don't like the shit, if it's not, people are still gonna like it, but if they're not seeing these likes, I don't know. But there is a part of that people do shit for the attention. You know, it is what I mean. I just don't see any other reason as to why you want to put that out there. Why? What
Clout
kind of
chasing.
reactions do you really think you're gonna get? Like, who in your circle at that is like, yeah, dude, nigga, yeah, put that shit on Instagram, nigga. You know, like,
I know.
ah!
Like, yeah, clout chasing, trying to be more relevant than you are. Because now it's like a formula. If you can go viral and you're a rapper or
Yeah,
whatever it is, now people are gonna go stream your music
that's
and
true. That's true.
like 6ix9ine bullshit.
It's true.
But
Yeah.
still, just have some fucking respect about yourself.
The
Don't
last
be
little
out
bit of
here showing
dignity.
your daughter weed and
Girl. Asking her what it smells like. Oh my God. Bless her
yes,
heart.
bless her heart. Yep. So you're teabagged. Yeah, we're teabagging all of the crazy, evil, clout chasing ass people this week. So God
Oh,
bless y'all.
including Instagram.
Oh
So,
yeah, let's teabag Instagram too while we're
yeah.
at it. Teabag you Instagram.
Instagram, you definitely need a tea bag.
Trying to go in
For
my pockets
sure.
as a content creator. Okay? I'm a content creator.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, I have enjoyed this episode. It's been really deep, really thorough, really
Yeah.
heavy.
Thank
We've
you
had
for
a lot
taking
to
time to do this. I know you're on vacation, so thank
Yes,
you.
I am on vacation. We are in the Caymans with me and my husband. And so we'll be here for a week. I'm excited about that. So we'll see. We're here at the beautiful Ritz-Carlton. So more to come on that and how that will play out as far as what type of excursions and how this trip will be. But I'm really excited. So
Live it up. Please live
peace
it up for
and
me.
serenity is what we're chasing this week in this
It's gonna be a tough week.
Mercury retrograde bullshit. So,
Yes. So yes, enjoy. Please relax for the both of us. Because I can already sense the bullshit coming my way this week at work. So thank you so much for relaxing. And yeah, hopefully I catch you again this week before you dip out. And maybe
yes, we will be back Sunday.
the
So I
people
will be
something
gone a
else.
full week, full 7 days. So yeah, we will definitely get another one. We'll get another one again. Uh, so silly.
If technology allows us to do so. Okay. With the retrograde, is just so much technological bullshit y'all don't know nothing about, but we're here.
Oh God, I just love you, Whitney. I swear to God. Oh my
I
God.
love you too, girl. I see you grab the top hat. Are y'all off
Yes.
for drinks soon in the lobby or what? What's popping?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna wear with this. I don't know which fit I'm gonna wear.
What
But
are y'all doing for the rest of the night? You gonna go to the bar or something?
girl, no, we're gonna be asleep in a minute. Probably because we're tired. Like,
I know.
we're tired and
That first day, yeah.
travel, like, oh my
Mhm.
God, it was hella turbulence to get here. It's been kind of rainy a little bit. You know, the Caribbean can kind of be, you know, wet and then sunny. And it's just, today has been kind of like a wash. Like just want to get it behind us. We had great food tonight, which is my aphrodisiac. Like, just feed me. So we have good food. So yeah, we're going to lay it down, catch up on these housewives so we can talk about.
Oh,
and
yes.
then, yeah. And then, but yeah, the rest of the week, we're going to do some excursions and chill out.
Awesome.
Well,
thank
until
you.
next time.
Yes, y'all, please, just want to throw this out there. Please like, share, subscribe to our YouTube, Black Coffee and Tea, okay? Because Instagram may not be fucking with us, so we need everybody to go on over to YouTube and get us popping on YouTube, okay? Instagram is at BCT Podcast. We're about to hit 10K, so please follow us and help us get there.
Yes, please. We have a special treat.
We have a special launch that we've been owing you guys now for about 5,000 followers back. We're supposed to do something. So this is going to be uber special, this one. Like, y'all do not want to miss what the hell we about to get away.
Y'all don't want to mess with this heat that's about to drop. Just like, I know. Hide your kids, hide your wives, hide your husbands. Bring them all out to the cookout because this is about to be some fly shit. I'm telling you, it'll be a limited amount. Once it's gone, it's gone. Yeah. It's never coming back. We're going to continue to put out
new shit. We'll do it again at 20K.
We'll do it again. Yeah, we'll do it. But you want to make sure you turn on your notifications, especially with Instagram.
Who told you that? How did you find out about notifications, girl? She heard some YouTuber say that, and she was like, yes, I'll turn on notifications, okay?
Oh, God, just stop. I'm literally in tears right now. But no, for real, like, we will keep it coming. But no, 10,000, we will be dropping something soon, for real. I know it's a lot of laughs, but we're in the works right now.
We appreciate the support. Thanks for the reviews, the shares. Our numbers are going up.
Thank you.
And we are thanking you for it.
Thank you. All right. Until next time. Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Can't stand you. Like, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you subscribe to the Black Coffee and Tea podcast, available now on iTunes, Spotify, Souncloud, and YouTube.
And if you want to be a part of the BCT fam, make sure you follow us on Instagram at BCT Podcast.
Until next time.